everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 1, Episode 5 of Dark. So last episode, we got to know Charlotte and her family quite a bit more, and we started to get more pieces of the puzzle coming together, more things involving the nuclear power plant, and we also, again, as I said, we were very much following her family around and seeing that there was various weird things going on with her husband, and she also has some connection to someone named Noah, who seemed to show up out of nowhere, though I don't think we've actually seen Noah. He's just been mentioned by various people, and Noah seems to have encountered her daughter and given her a watch that used to belong to Charlotte, so seems to have some connection to Charlotte we don't understand. And Noah seems to somehow also be connected to the guy that we keep seeing walking around with the sort of poncho on, who apparently is involved in the kidnapping and grabbing of children, and maybe at the end it seemed to be implied that they had grabbed another kid who was the boyfriend of Charlotte's youngest daughter. So lots of pieces in motion still, lots of stuff going on. Meanwhile, Mikkel is still back in the 80s and no one knows what happened to him. So yeah, and Jonas is trying to follow his father's crazy maps to figure out what exactly he was doing in the caves, what the crossing is, which is obviously something to do with time, but... So yes, so a lot is happening, and I'm very excited to keep going and see what happens next, what else is added into the mystery, and if we figure anything out. Alright, so Episode 5, here we go.
Where were you the night Mikkel disappeared?
Oh, here it comes.
At the office. I told you that already.
You
How
lied.
long?
Right up until you called me.
But I want you to look me in the eye right now and reassure me that you had nothing to do with this.
You're insane.
That's your response? Righteous indignation after everything that you've put her
This is
through in the
real.
past? You couldn't just come out and be like, you're right, I had nothing to do with it, sorry I lied. That just makes you look more suspicious.
Look at me. Tell me there's nothing there. That you don't give a shit about me. No matter what you need, I'm there for you.
What I need. Don't call me, don't come by, just leave us alone, okay? Get out.
Asshole!
Get out!
Just treat people like this. You treat her like this, you treat your wife like shit by cheating on her in the first place. You know what?
I don't
Alright.
think that I'm just gonna let you go.
Piece of shit.
In a home? Can't he stay here in the hospital for a bit?
No, that's just not an option. But I can assure you that the staff there at the home will, be able to attend very specifically to his needs. It's for the best. You have children?
No. I had a son, but he died right after birth.
I'm very sorry. I'm quite sure his family will get in touch with us sooner or later. Or his school. We'll find out where the boy belongs.
Wait.
Until then,
He's an unusual boy. Very sensitive.
try not to worry, okay? We'll come for him on
Which
Wednesday.
isn't... Isn't she Jonas's grandmother? So, like, his father's mother that, you know, had the letter,
You know why I
like we
became
showed her
a
at the
police
beginning
officer?
with the letter.
When my brother disappeared back then,
No. But I knew your father. It was a long time ago, but I knew him well. He saved my life back then. Only I didn't understand that until later. Life is like a labyrinth. Some wander around in it their whole lives looking for a way out. But there is only one path and it just leads deeper. You don't understand it until you reach the center. Death is incomprehensible, but you can make peace with it. Until then, you should ask yourself every day if you've made the right decisions.
It's quite a lot to just lay on him. Wait. That's it? Dick at the grave?
This could take a while. Maybe half an hour.
His father's name was Michael.
Hey,
His grandmother
You okay?
supposedly has no kids. And she's getting all close to Michael. Michael, is Michael? Okay. I'm just gonna wait.
Why are you here?
I have to tell you something. I wasn't in France. I was in the nut house. It's called post-traumatic stress.
Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't want you to think I was a freak or something. What happened between us last summer? That wasn't just nothing, was it? I mean, if my father didn't... If all that hadn't happened...
It's okay.
Why'd you call me this morning and not Bartosz? I'm Bartosz.
I know.
Oh, hey Noah.
And
you
I'm Noah.
look exactly the same as you did in the 80s, so I guess you're
Don't you wanna
traveling
get
through
in?
time.
He laid down on top of her, and he held her mouth shut, like this.
Did she resist?
What are you doing?
She yelled stop, and she struggled. But he was on top of her.
Did he see you?
Oh, so she's a crazy person.
What did he do after that? Did he...
He choked her, and her face got all red. He pulled down his pants, and he started
You don't have to go on. You did right in telling me. You're very brave.
This is pretty fucked up.
Early this morning, when you knocked on my door,
I mean, what is she even thinking though? Because she could easily clear that up.
And I say, hello, Satan. I believe it is time.
How did that guy get...
Turn a lie into our own truth in order to survive. We try to forget until we can't any longer. We don't know even half of the mysteries in this world. We are wanderers in the darkness. This is my truth. On November 4th, 2019, I traveled through time to the year 1986. The boy from the future stayed, and in time he became a man. Mikkel became Michael, who never knew where he belonged. By the time you read this, I'll already be gone.
Mikkel!
Both as a boy and as a man. I hope you can forgive me. Everything is connected. Mikkel, Michael.
Okay, that was a crazy episode. Alright, okay. Whew. So that was episode 5, and some things are definitely coming together in very unexpected ways. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously the biggest part of this episode is the revelation that Mikkel is Jonas's father. And you know, I guess they had the pieces there for us, right? I mean, we knew that that was his grandmother that was there with Mikkel, that had found him and was taking care of him. I mean, even the Michael, you know, that was there. But definitely was, and I mean, I guess we sort of had an understanding that Jonas's father was somehow caught up in this because he killed himself and then he left that note to say not to open before the exact moment that Mikkel disappeared. But that was something I didn't see coming until this episode. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so now we know that Mikkel never goes back. He's gonna stay there, live there from that point on, grow up and marry Hannah and have Jonas and like live beside and be friends and neighbors with his own parents who don't know that's who he is. Oh my god, that's madness. That's madness. But wait a minute. Wait. So, wait, but this means Martha is Mikkel's sister. So Martha is Jonas's aunt. Oh, okay, yeah, that's got some Game of Thrones stuff going on here. Oh no. Okay, that might throw a bit of a wrench in the relationship there that was just rekindled. Oof. Yikes. And of course, this is all just laid down on Jonas, right? In this letter that was just delivered to him. How's he gonna process this? Because as far as I'm aware, he doesn't yet have any sense that there's weird time shit going on, and now he's being told in a letter from his dead father that, oh hey, you know how Mikkel's disappeared? Well, actually, Mikkel is me, and when I disappeared, I went back in time, and I grew up from the 80s onward, and then I became your dad. And what's Jonas supposed to do with that? What's he gonna do with it? That's crazy. I am very curious to see what's gonna happen with that next, because he was like going around in the caves and searching. So I mean, maybe now he's gonna have some idea that the crossing or whatever has to do with time travel. But I mean, you're gonna continue on this quest now that you know what is going on? You're just gonna live with it? How is he gonna process that? And then, okay, and then on top of that, we have other stuff going on in this episode where, for some reason, as a kid, Hannah decided to tell everyone that Ulrich had committed rape when he hadn't. I don't know if she was just doing that, if she was for attention, or if it was just out of jealousy, or what. I think they're trying to imply that it was out of jealousy based on, you know, their later relationship, right? I don't know. I kind of don't like that because they're making her out to be totally crazy and the crazy kind of girlfriend sort of story, which I guess they could find a way to make it sort of interesting. But at the same time, I feel like it takes some of the heat off of Ulrich that he so rightly deserves from what we had seen for so far this season. And Kitten, it's okay. Sorry, Kitten crying. But yeah, I mean, he's been cheating on his wife, lying to his wife, even there. And he's having this whole relationship with Hannah, knowing that she loves him, acting like all intimate and like he loves her. And then he is blatantly cruel to her in just casting her aside. So I feel like by showing Hannah to be like this crazy person who really fucked up his life as a teenager in the past, that they are kind of taking some of the weight off of him for that, and I don't want to excuse him for that sort of shitty behavior. Though clearly she's a crazy person. Yeah. So they had that whole story going at the same time too. But then in the background, beneath all of this, there was little stuff going on, like, again, involving Noah. So we see Noah, he's a priest when he's in the 80s, and he talks to Mikkel. He goes to speak to Mikkel, and he knows Jonas's grandmother. So there's a connection there. And then we see him in the present time looking completely the same. So he's clearly traveled here through time. We know that he gives the watch to Charlotte's daughter. We know that he's involved with the grabbing of kids. We don't really know why, but we also know that now Bartosz knows something about something involving Noah, and that Noah knew about Bartosz because he called him and said his name. And I'm sure it's not just going to be all about being the drug connection and dealing drugs, but we don't know what he actually told Bartosz there in the vehicle. So that's a mystery, a new mystery that will be going forward. Ah, wow. Yeah, I mean, this show is pretty crazy. It's intense, but I mean, and there's such a weight. There's like a weight to a lot of it too, you know, with everything that they showed. That scene with Martha on stage and acting and everything she was saying about connections, and yeah, it's heavy, emotionally impactful, that sort of thing. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm very curious to see where we're gonna go next. I'm getting pretty emotionally invested, so that's good. I'm very, very involved at this point. I feel like this episode was a major kind of the Michael Mikkel thing was a kind of just a major point of cementing like my investment in the show, if you understand what I mean. Not that I wasn't previously, because I've been enjoying it from the beginning, but this seemed like a major episode to me. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here, so if you think there's anything I missed, or if you have questions or comments for me, please do leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll just say thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.